Hello and welcome everybody to Weather Down in Muletown. I am the captain and this is the afternoon update for Friday, April the 21st. In Columbia right now, it's a pretty comfortable 71 degrees with a slight wind out of the north-northeast at 6 miles an hour. No rain so far today, but we'll go to the radar and talk about that here in just a second because we do have some rain out there in the area right now, but nothing too awful major. So we'll go right over on to that and have a look at our current conditions. And look at our radar here and taking on down into the Columbia area and see we got a couple of storms out there here and there. One looks like heavier storm over towards the Lewisburg area just to the north there, and maybe some heavier activity about to come into the looks like just between Culleoka and Mount Pleasant, northern Giles County area around there, but it looks like Columbia should see mostly rain. None of this is showing up any lightning, so good news there. No warnings or anything throughout the mid-state area there, so nothing really to report too much on the excuse me, the storms that are the weather that's out there. I don't even think we can classify that as a storm, so good news there. But we can talk about what's coming up because we originally thought that we were going to be looking at kind of some cold weather this weekend, and it looks to be definitely a little bit more mild. I believe tonight and tomorrow night it was, but it's definitely not looking as bad as originally thought. So we can have a look at that. So we got our current temperatures up on the board right now here. Like I said, Columbia at a pretty comfortable 70 degrees. Let me see if I can swap these mics over. All right, cool. Let's try this. So, yeah, got a pretty comfortable 70 degrees in Columbia over here on the map. Still working on my output monitor there. So, pretty comfortable around the area as a whole. So, the evening lows look to be about as comfortable as well. Looks like we've got a low of about 43 degrees in Columbia tonight. And then tomorrow looks like it should be even better, more the same sunny weather. So everything is looking good there. Let me look at those 5-day numbers. And we'll have a look at that. Right, so yeah, tomorrow looks like closer to a high of 78, but sunnier than today. And then Saturday night looks to be around 39, 40 degrees, so kind of crispy there. Tonight, just a little bit better at 43, but also probably looking at some scattered rain, maybe some thunder and lightning out there, but nothing really severe is expected. So definitely good news on that front. As far as our fire weather goes, things kind of have improved there as well. Obviously, with the humidity being up a little bit, we're hovering right now about 61% humidity. So that's about double what it was the other day. So that's definitely a good thing. And I've got our fire weather pulled up here as well for us to have a look at. So it looks like the only confirmed fires are over here towards East Tennessee, just west of McMinnville or in the Pikeville area. And then up here, looks like near the Glen Mary, Coal Hill area. Got some satellite showing some activity, but again, I mean, these could be anything from like sun reflecting off a pond just right, or controlled burns, anything like that. So wouldn't put too much credence into them unless it's some of these more larger returns that eventually do get confirmed as fires. It looks like the one down here in the Bankhead National Forest is getting contained as well now. And then this one looks like it is more contained as well. So definitely good news there. And I don't see any smoke plumes as well on this map this time. So definitely good news there for our allergy and breathing sensitive folks there. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that, but the rain will definitely help out on that area as well too. So we'll definitely take it wherever we can get it. So other than that, like I said, we are looking at some pretty decent weather, so it's making my job fairly easy. So no complaints from the captain there either. So let me have a look at our Facebook comments here, see all who we got. Hi, Miss Kathy. Yep, love y'all too. And cool, doing good on YouTube as well. Outstanding. Oh, perfect. Yeah, you are very welcome as well, Lindsay. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. I think that's everything on my little checklist here. Like I said, I mean, it's making the weather pretty easy for me today. If you're just now joining us, I'll go ahead and go back to the radar here for a sec, and we'll have a look at that. So again, some storms, or some rain rather, in the Columbia area. It looks like this storm is showing up now. Some lightning here in the Cornersville area now. So we can have a look at that one since we're just kind of playing around here on a Friday afternoon. So yeah, doesn't look too mean on this one. Again, kind of not expected today, not really anything severe. Maybe a little heavy rain or a small hail core or something just there north of Lewisburg, but again, doesn't look like anything too much scary. So good news as far as that goes. And just a little bit of lightning as well. And these strikes look like they're in the last just couple of minutes or so as well. So, and I think they actually just went out. So yeah, it looks like it's kind of losing a little punch. Tried to get some pulsed up and then went kind of down. I think probably the same here as well. Yeah, just a little bit of heavy rain there. Don't think there's any hail. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at our correlation coefficient instead here. How about that? All right, yeah, probably not any hail. Looks like most everything there is showing up like it's the same. So probably just some pretty heavy rain there, just to the west of Columbia, north of Lewisburg there. So everything else, for the most part, we'll put this in motion for you here a little bit and back out so you can kind of see what's going on in the wider area. Most everything looks like it's behaving pretty well. Let me slow that down. There we go. Everything else in the area looks like it's pretty well behaving, so can't complain there. Again, just making my job pretty easy. So if we got any questions, I'll hop back over in the comments here in just a second and see. And otherwise, I'll just kind of shut up and let this play for a minute. If we've got anybody just joining us and just because they kind of noticed some raindrops out there or some thunders, this is what's going on. So, again, nothing major, just kind of some rain out there for the most part all around. Some heavier rain in some places around the mid-state area, but again, nothing severe, nothing warned. So just heavy sleeping weather if sleeping at 3:30 is your thing. You know, no judgment. When Matlock's off, you know, it's off. So I understand. Or probably ER or Law and Order in my case. Always used to get me on those night shifts. But and we'll kind of go back to our other info here as well too. So currently we got 70 degrees in Muletown. I'm reading 71 in Sunnyside. 61 degree or 61% humidity and a slight wind at 6 miles an hour out of the north and northwest. Pressure is 29.76 and falling, which of course makes sense there a little bit since we are seeing that rain about to come in. And now that I've got all this nifty video software and stuff too, we may end up doing some more some more like sciencey lessons and stuff like that about how like tornadoes form, how UFTRAP works, some of the things and the lingo and stuff that you'll be hearing us use. We may do some video presentations on that and get a little sciencey on y'all, and hopefully somebody just might learn something. So, let's see. Let's go back to our lows. That's what I was going to do. So yeah, and then the low tonight looks to be about 40, 43, just depending on where you are in the Murray County area. Nashville looks like about 45, Cookeville as well, and Clarksville a little cooler, about 42. So, again, just not much happening out there. Looks like Chapel Hill may be getting a little bit more lightning now, especially down around, let's see, what is that? Was that River Road, I think? Yep, River Road. Looks like you may be getting some lightning up around Mahaley Road. All the way on over to like Coble Road and out towards the Duck River. If you're out, you got people on the river right now, tell them to go grab a bank or something, because it may be just enough to get kind of gnarly over there for just a minute. South of Chapel Hill, maybe right there north of Holt's Corner. So yeah, no warnings on any of this, but looking like it's getting at least a pretty good bit of rain there in it. If not, maybe, don't quote me to it, maybe some small hail. But everything else looks good. Wind doesn't look like it's terribly large with any of these, so definitely good news is there as well. So let's have a look at our wind. So yeah, not much doing there at all. Just a couple 15, 20 miles an hour maybe. So yeah, just a decent breeze. All right. Let's see what we got going on in those Facebook comments. Yes, I'm definitely in my element. I can talk about sciencey, weathery stuff anytime I net. So yeah, I'm most definitely in my element. Appreciate you noticing. Not that it's, difficult or anything. Oh, my camera's being funny on me again. There we go. It looks like it's probably going to stay just enough above like freezing frosting weather till we shouldn't have any issues. Like major outlying areas may get some. Tomorrow night, I think, was when we had the better chance of the frost. Let me consult my yeah, I mean, some areas may get down a little bit into the 30s because it's calling for 40 on the dot. It looks like Saturday night but it's also calling for about a 5 to 10 mile an hour wind, so that should keep the frost at bay, I would think, if you're worried about your plants. You can always chuck a trash bag or something over them. I don't think it would get any colder than that. So definitely a good question though. Yeah, I'll see what I can do about Berlin, Chuck. It's looking like it's kind of one kind of disorganized, chunky line right there. So, I mean, it is kind of coming up from the southwest. So that Waynesboro stuff, if it kind of keeps getting heavier, may have some issues there. But you got a pretty good gap. So I guess tell them that the wet stuff is coming and they need to get the I do's or the don'ts settled pretty quick. So luckily it was dry on my outdoor wedding day, but there was a hailstorm during my graduation back in 2006, and by the time they said everybody hey 2006 and they threw their hats, it was a mad dash back to the safety of the concession stand at Central High School, because there was already hailstone falling and like cloud to ground lightning. It was nuts. So definitely don't want to make those kind of memories for sure. Starting before 5 a.m. Maybe. Let me see. It's harder for me to storm track these because I'm still kind of working on some more pretties and tools and stuff for the GR software here. But it gives me some more data when it's got a warning. But I would say it's probably gonna be just a little bit before 5 now, probably within the next hour or so. I would say best guess there, just based on how it's moving. Good afternoon, Bobby. All right. Put up on all the comments there. Wanted to make sure speak to everybody and stuff. Yeah. And hello, Nicole from YouTube. How are you doing? Let's see. And of course, I think we got our little buddy around here somewhere. Oh, yeah, there's our little buddy reminding me. Everybody, remember to like, share, and subscribe, especially new YouTube folks. Gotta click that little bell on there as well, too, to get notified when we go live. Trying to keep the updates, kind of brief here at first until we kind of figure out if we want to do like maybe a morning show and an afternoon show. I promise I'm going to put up the poll on that. I haven't quite done it yet. So again, don't hold me to that 110%. So, still working on a lot of things. I actually think I'm going to go ahead and let y'all in on a little sneak peek preview too as well here. I'm looking at some more like graphics for our page here. Stuff that'll allow us to do like the 5-day, 7-day forecasts and some stuff like that, and some more pretty green screen stuff. And I want to get y'all's opinion on it. I'll see if I can put a poll up on this as well. I've got it right here, and we'll pop on over to my desktop here real quick. Let me get this pulled up. And it'll have like an audio file laid over it, so people just can't copy it, so ignore that. It sounds kind of weird, but you'll kind of get the drift of it, okay? Mainly the weather stuff is what we're worried about there. Here we go. So yeah. Let's see. Make sure, yeah, got that. We'll see what y'all think about that. Like I said, I'll promise I'll end up putting up that poll in the comments here on the main page in just a little while. Same place I got kind of some of the stuff to do this, and I'm just kind of a mixed bag of graphics and all kind of stuff right now. Just trying to see what all works, what we can do, and most importantly, what's cheap. So spent most of our money on the fun stuff around here, and I promise I'll get the camcorder out here and film y'all like a little studio tour as well, because I'm just surrounded. I don't know how much you can tell from this shot. Let me widen it out here with my little automated cameraman. But yeah, somebody made the comment earlier that I'm just completely in my element, and yeah, I am absolutely, because I mean I'm surrounded literally by monitors and science stuff and computer stuff and weather station stuff. Weather station stuff, and I'm just I'm beside myself. Completely beside myself. So that's what I'm saying. It's just been absolutely great. And just, like I said, beyond my wildest dreams. So again, to everybody that donated and made all this possible, just, thank you. Can't thank you enough. So, and yeah, as you see, I've still got some bugs and kinks to work out there, because I've got a poll right in the middle of the green screen. So I think that got moved earlier, and I didn't notice it. So But just those little fun things that'll be on the blooper reel in 10 years that'll make us giggle. So, pretty cool stuff anyway. I like that graphics pack. That'll help me out a lot too with not having to just create all of this stuff from scratch as well too. So that will definitely be helpful. So because it's been a pretty steep learning curve. It's been pretty cool as far as the Adobe stuff goes, but it's definitely been a pretty steep curve. But have a look at the comments again. Brody, no severe weather tonight. Looks just like the good kind of sleeping rain. If we get any at all, we'll go back over to the radar again here. And you can see pretty rainy looking back to the west, and we're kind of in that little gap right now. But we may get some of this rain down here more towards Collinwood later on tonight, because it does look like it's kind of moving that direction. I'll put it in motion again for everybody here. Actually, we'll go full screen and do it that way. Yeah. So, like we're saying there, most of our rain's probably going to come out of the Waynesboro area down there to our southwest. But some of those showers are kind of breaking out ahead of this main little front that's going to come through and cool things down. But it's looking like it is going to be a little bit more mild of a cool down than we originally thought as well. So that is definitely good for everybody's plants and such. So definitely good there. So nothing severe. We were picking up some lightning a little while ago over there on those Chapel Hill storms, but and it looks like they may still be putting down a little bit around there in Holt's Corner, but nothing major at all. Just the good kind of sleeping weather. Yeah. Where are you at, Heather? Heather says she's got thunder. Oh, no. Well, Facebook has to make everything complicated. Did I say that out loud? Sorry, Zuck. Don't demonetize me, bro. Don't tase me, bro. Oh, there's probably people that are on the stream now that aren't even old enough to remember that. Oh, my back hurts. Let's see. Berlin, excuse me, Berlin. I was making the Deutsch pronunciation of it, as Boppy pointed out there. So yeah, Berlin, kind of like Thader. I gotta remember where I come from here. Juliaka. Long story. Let's see. All right. Heather hadn't answered me yet, or I hadn't seen it yet anyway, so. I can imagine, though, if you're in Marshall County, you're probably hearing some thunder right now. And it looks like, yeah, I think we do finally have a hail indicator up there now with this storm just here outside of Chapel Hill. Let's see what we got. Still the wind looking pretty good there, so no worries there. Let's have a look. Let's pop our hail core reader on there. Maybe a little bit. It's not looking like anything just too awful aggressive though, so let's have a look with our correlation coefficient. And remember, kids, correlation coefficient is one of our radar products that measures the similarity of the hydrometeors. And that is a big fancy word for saying if it's rain, hail, or tornado debris. That's kind of one of the things that we can tell by how similar all those particles are that are floating around next to each other. And this is telling me we might have maybe some dime-sized hail in there, but I don't see anything on the radar yet. So good news for those paint jobs and liability only folks. So we'll go back here and have a look at our green screen. No, we got the radar on the green screen, so we don't need that. I'm going to talk about our current conditions again here in just a moment. Check the stream, make sure I'm not boring everybody to death. Nope, nope. Nope. Okay. Yeah, definitely no severe weather tonight. Maybe a little rain, maybe a little thunder, but nothing big and nor bad. So thank you, Shelly. We tend to agree that this is pretty awesome. We're definitely glad that we were able to do all of this with your all support. So don't want to sound like PBS, but this is definitely thanks to a viewer like you. So couldn't do it without all of y'all, for sure. Let's see. We'll have a look at our temps again. Around 70 degrees here in Columbia or so. And then again, our lows overnight should be about 43, maybe a little bit less in some of those outlying areas tonight, but not too much. Tomorrow night is when it's calling for 40 on the nose, so you may want to give those plants just a little bit of extra care or something like that tomorrow. So let me have a look here. Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna have to invest in some non-green headphones as well too, because that definitely catches it really, really well. Oh yeah, fire weather. We can go back to that again real quick for everybody who may just now be kind of getting here. So let's pop on over here. We got our fire map pulled up from FEMA. So, and it looks like I said, some still indications of some things that may be fire, but that could be a fire. You know, it could be sunlight reflecting off of a pond. I mean, that's how World War III almost started. Also a long story. It could be a lot of things. So, because this is again the same technology that we use to detect missile launches. So, it looks like the closest confirmed fires are over in East Tennessee right now, and those fires that were producing all of the smoke look to be pretty much contained a little bit better down here in the Bankhead Forest, and this other one over here just to the east of Fort Payne. So larger one looks like down there in Talladega, yep, in the Talladega Forest, but and several up here. Wow. But it looks like so far, knock on wood, we're doing okay. But definitely pass the word to the neighbors. Still want to make sure you're being really careful with those burns. The wind looks like it's going to be a little bit more gusty maybe this weekend too. These are our 24-hour max wind gusts. So it looks like we could get up to about some 30-mile-per-hour gusts. Maybe some 20 mile an hour breezes there. So definitely something to keep an eye on as far as that goes, but our humidity is a lot better. We're back up to 61% here in Sunnyside. So still got a calm wind though, even now about 6 miles an hour, and kind of has been on and off all day out of the north. So just keep an eye on any kind of open fires, grills, anything like that, really. So just use your head. Yeah, mainly that's a lot of it. Just use your head. All right, looks like this sale just got a special weather statement issued for it. Let's see what that says. Pop over here to my other trusty computers. This is probably going to be the backup, and if we have those really big bad nights, I think Mom's probably going to get over here, or we're going to make the desk a little bigger or something. let's have a look. This needs to reload. There we go. Special weather statements. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of northeastern Marshall and southwestern Rutherford, southeastern Williamson and Bedford counties through 4:15 p.m. Strong thunderstorms 14 miles northeast of Lewisburg or near Chapel Hill. It looks like, yeah, they are seeing some hail with that as well here too. We could have another slicey slice at it while we're at it, while we're playing with our nifty 3D stuff here. And yeah, it definitely looks like it's getting that classic overshooting top thunderstorm shape there with those surrounding bands of green and yellow rain and that really heavy red and purple stuff in there. And that, yeah, is more than likely some hail in there. Let's have a look-see again with our hail detector. Yeah, it's looking like it probably does. We can also come back over and have a look with it with our correlation coefficient. Still not a whole lot there, so we'll just have to kind of see what transpires with that one, I'm assuming. So we shall see. But yeah, definitely if you're in the Eagleville, College Grove, overall Murfreesboro areas, I would keep an eye out for this one. Chapel Hill too. Looks like you should be mostly on the other side of all this now, but still got some lightning coming there on the back end of it. Mount Pleasant just now getting to see the rain there coming into town. Summertown's fixing to pick up a little bit more for y'all down there. Culleoka just kind of maybe had a sprinkle come through, if that even kind of qualifies as a sprinkle. And yeah, Hampshire as well too. You're about to get wet. So Columbia's still dry for the moment, but it is coming. So got any outdoor events, definitely want to be aware of that, because some of these out ahead of the front are definitely look like they're trying to be ugly. Some of those more over towards the eastern edge of the Nashville Weather Service area. We'll put that back in motion for you and let you have a look at that as well. And like I said, as you can see, swap mics again here. We've got our storms coming through the area, pretty much all over the place. We've got these storms that are out here breaking out ahead of the line, like we were mentioning a minute ago. And those are usually the ones that end up with the most like fuel for the storms with the moisture, and ended up having the most opportunity to kind of pulse up and down. So pretty quiet as far as everything goes back behind this. It looks like, again, that it's mainly just a bunch of rain through here. So some heavier stuff down here, like we mentioned, to the southwest, like towards Wayne County, towards the area of like Lawrence County around there. But overall, just rain. Really only seeing some lightning here in just the last couple of frames on this. So shouldn't be looking at anything severe. So I definitely wouldn't get too twisted up about that. So we'll go back here and have a look again. Mics before I forget. Somebody be yelling at me in the comments. Right, let's see what we got over on the comments. Speaking of which, refresh all this. I can't refresh it. It'll probably dump the live broadcast. Yep, let's see. Yeah, no chance of frost, no severe weather. Cool, all caught up there. Well, all right, guys, this is usually this time where I'll ask if there is any other questions or anybody else have anything to add. Spontaneous utterances, admissions of guilt, any such things like that. As I mentioned earlier, we're still working on some of the stuff for you here. As far as the graphics go and some of our capabilities, I'm probably going to end up adding another camera and some other things here coming up on in the next little while. So just give me a while. As I mentioned, we made good use of everyone's money, but we got everything so far on the dream list. But there's a couple of things now that I've got everything together that I kind of want to piece together and things like that. So, again, just something to work towards, something to grow for, and just continue trying to bring everybody the absolute best coverage that we can. So, as always, appreciate everybody joining. Share, ask a buddy, tell a friend, all that fun stuff. So, once again, I am the captain, and we appreciate you joining us down here on Weather Down in Mealtown. I'm going to look to make this a pretty regular thing where we can do some update shows throughout the day just to kind of help you plan your day and your weekend and just help you get through this crazy thing called life. So appreciate you joining us, and we will see y'all next time.